It's my first night back. I've been away 7 weeks or so. So a lovely day, caught up with a few people, cycled around a little bit, and this place is in full bloom. I tell you, it's amazing. So what a great first day back. So normally it takes 2-3 days for that edge to drop off. You know, that stress to come out your shoulders and everything. But it just happened at first thing this morning. Sunrise. I was up at sunrise. What time was that? 5 a.m. So I have had a full day. The work starts tomorrow. So I was cooking my tea, had a nice pasta dish, and as I looked out the window, the sky looked phenomenal. So I feel like, because I haven't filmed anything for ages and I'm a bit short on footage, I thought best get the camera out. So I popped something quick on Instagram, say, hey, food's ready, but this sunset is going to pop, and it's time to send the drone up. Get this thing up. Finally, there's a breeze. It's been so hot. I don't know what time is it now. I guess 7 a.m. But a breezy day, so good day to get some work done. I think I want to tie that down properly. Okay. Whoa. All right, it's probably a good time for a rest and give you a little update. I've been away 7 or 8 weeks, I think it is, which is quite a long time from what I'm used to, but it's been a busy summer. It's been amazing, I'll be honest. What a time it's been. So all this thing I'm sitting on here was the foundation I put in before I left very quickly. I didn't think the weather would be that bad, but it rained the week or two before I came back, and then all the banks fell in. So I've just been clearing all that, and now I'm putting in the foundations or footings for the sort of support walls for where the kitchen. This is where the outside kitchen will be. Pizza oven here, sink here, and then I'm going to start the pillars, which will create the shade. I'll cover all that later because there's a lot of rules around shade, weirdly. So we'll cover that another day. But just as an update, so yeah, I went back to England, popped down to Cardiff, saw my friends for the weekend, the Oasis concert. Well, two things. Catching up with everybody was amazing, but that concert, wow, it was worth it, really worth it. I think it's all about Richard Ashcroft, the way he came on and just lifted the entire stadium. That guy, yeah, he belted it out, and then the band came on quickly afterwards. So it was just like, I don't know, 80,000 people singing karaoke. So you're full of proper fans. I know not for everybody, but it was a brilliant weekend. And then I had an amazing holiday, almost, I'm not going to say a life-changing holiday, but I went away with my youngest. My eldest was going to join us, but she ended up staying in Japan, having the summer off uni and doing a bit of traveling. So she's had a mega time. And my youngest and we went to Bali. The flights from Manchester were cheap. It was weirdly cheaper to go to Bali than it was to go to Europe. And obviously with the 90-day things on here, I wanted to save the days. So anyway.
Hey, brother, show us. Hey, welcome to Bali, everybody. Yes, follow his video. Like, subscribe.
Oh, it's nice and mild. It's better than I was expecting. I'll try some.
Yeah, okay.
Same.
No.
Better than Starbucks?
That's awful.
Yeah.
Relax. Okay, lean forward. Hey, come on, come to Bali for surfing, yeah.
What a place that is, eh? I can see why the draw, like I say, life-changing. It makes you look at things very differently in an amazing way. So we had such a good time in Bali, and then we stopped off in Bangkok on the way back for a few days and had some real good fun there. So magical holiday, one of the best I've ever had. The time away with the girls. Yeah, they are they're good, and we have some fun. Okay, so what else has there been? So now I've been back. First thing I do now is stock up on materials. So I got organised, got loads of things delivered to keep me going, because we're in August now, it's Ferragosto, and it's really hard to get going today because everywhere's busy, everyone's on holiday. Builders merchants, they shut down, so you can't get anything. So I stocked up before. Big delivery of sand, or aggregate say, which is just for this corner here. My plan is to mark out now footings of foundations, and because there's a sink here, I need water to it and a runoff from it, and then I need to set out where all the rain is going to run in the winter off this bank where it's going to go. So there's a load of boring work to get done, but while the weather's good, I wanted to also look at the levels from the lounge where I'm going to make the door, because that door height determines where the terrace patio level is going to finish. And when I work out the runoff to get the water all the way from the house, which is pretty much what this whole excavation piece is all about, is keeping the water away so the house doesn't drop or subside in the future. As soon as I work that out, I can get the pipes in, get the runoffs in all good, and then I'm going to cover as much as I can in a membrane and then some of that aggregate, because that'll allow me then to do this through the winter. The challenges I have here are this stuff. When it rains, it's like clay. It just sticks to everything. It's horrible to work in. And the lightest of rains just make it look like a swamp. So I need some surface area to work from. So I'm prepping for winter really. These days they're so hot. I've got a routine going, which is working well. I set my alarm on my phone for 20 minutes. So do 20 minutes of work, then have a good break, good drink, take something to eat, keep the salts up. And that's feeling good. But it's near noon now and I've been going since about 6:30. So siesta time's brewing. God, I love a siesta in the summer. Anyway, what else is there? So yeah, door levels, runoff for the rain, water for the sink. It's loads of boring stuff for a while. I'll show as much as I can. I've researched this a lot. So I've got rebar supported walls, and then I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish the top off yet, but I've got loads of big posts around the old barn which can bridge, because they've all solid concrete with rebar through them. So I'll repurpose those somehow. And then I guess I'm gonna have to hide those and render them and cover them to make it all look very beautiful in the future. The pizza oven's gonna be the big piece. I'm miles away from that, but I do wanna try and get it in this winter. It's like coming out of this corner, all the soil here has been going down to fill up over all the septic tank area and get that level slowly coming up. So that area is all nice and flat, ready to sort of bed up and plant. I did ask somebody to deliver a truck full of really nice stones to make little walls everywhere, but that's not arrived. And now it's Ferragosto, so maybe that'll come in September. Just stay at me. You go through, I have like 5 showers a day now. Keep cool, change your clothes 2-3 times. Treated myself to a new hat from Bangkok. Cost about £1. Gotta go, Bangkok, what a city that is. I mean, changing the subject slightly, I came away from there thinking, I reckon Bangkok's better than New York. It's amazing. It's got modern, new, fresh, loads of like bling. You turn the corner and it is rustic, and we ate on the street all the time. Restaurants were like, why bother when the street food's better? And shooting around in tuk-tuks. Okay, back to reality. So yeah, I'm prepping really for the winter, I think. Because what I think I found last winter, when it was cold, doing the same job for days and days and days or weeks and then disappearing, it wasn't much fun, if I'm honest. I did have all that stress of the land tax thing going on in the back of my mind, and looking back at some of the videos, I can see that now in the way I was talking. Oh, that's it. So, this place is feeling good. I've got 2 or 3 zones. Bottom area is bedding in, is settling in. All the olive trees look like they're doing okay, because it's been a tricky summer. So that's good news. I'm pleased with that. That's it as much as the report goes. That's quite a lot. All right, let's have a break and have a nice ice cream, a shower, maybe a little siesta in the shade, and crack on later. Oh, the lifestyle here. So I helped a neighbour, I should explain this, because it's a thank you. One of the neighbours has got an automated irrigation system, and I'll get it for here, it looks amazing. But the batteries ran out, so he said, Tex, are you still in Coronado? Can you pop over the house and sort the batteries out for me? So I was, yeah, no worries. So I cycled over, videoed what I'm doing. He's on the other end from Munich, telling me what to do. Just some batteries. I was like, of course I'll do that for a neighbour. Bless them. They watch me struggle digging. I come back and they've left this by my front door. So thank you. But I think it sort of goes to show that, the community thing, and everyone's does this sort of thing together. I know some people think I'm alone. I'm out all the time, I've got a bigger social circle here than I have in Manchester. So not lonely, not isolated, and there's some amazing people around here, because they're all like-minded, aren't they? They've all got the same dream. So we've all got so much in common, yet we're from all over the world. I love that. There's some beauty in that, I think. It's a lot cooler now than it was. This is it's really hot. Makes the days really long. Up early, go at it. And I fell asleep earlier. I was out for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It takes a while to come around then after, doesn't it? So it takes an hour. I'll be going back out into this heat. Cold shower, carry on for a bit. I feel good though. I mean, I think I've learned a lot about the electrolyte side of things, the salt intake, the food intake and water. I feel a lot better this year than I did last year. And it wasn't this hot last year. But also not packing so many pounds this year. That's probably a good thing, eh? Oh, the sun has just literally disappeared, and with it, a big wind's come across. I mean, it feels amazing. But I don't know, the weather doesn't quite look stormy in the distance. I think it's forecast later in the week to have a thunderstorm pass through. But it's going to be one of those nights, I reckon, where if I don't batten that thing down, that's going to wake me up. So, batten down the hatches, as they say. So it is an interesting one, which is part of, like, I guess, this new life, because, you know, I grew up in a city. So all these funny sounds, funny noises you hear in the countryside take a bit getting used to. Anyway, I was out the other night, late, and I saw something come out of the ground from a place I didn't realise there was a hole. It's that classic can of worm. I found a pipe, I found a hole in the ground, I found all sorts of things. And then it's a process of elimination, isn't it? I haven't got the coloured dye to roll through, and so I've just had to use water. Luckily it's hot and dry, so you see where the water comes out. So I'm putting water down all these things. It's not coming out anywhere. And then as I'm going further back up the process to check it's not like the bottom end of an old soil pipe and there's nothing that bad going through it, and it looks clear. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it in with something that will allow water to go through it and not an animal to go through it, and it should be all right. But at least now I know where it is. Yeah, there's a huge linear curve. Never had to do this before, but and it takes a few hours, doesn't it, to figure it out? A few days. I'm tempted to fill it with concrete, and then that would have a backflush problem somewhere else probably. So I figure the safest bet is something that will allow liquid to go through, which I think is just going to be rainwater. And part of me thinks it's the old kitchen runoff, which is still not found in the house, you know. God, that is strange. On that, I'm just going to replumb it all, and then I can turn the whole thing off and smash a hole in the wall without worrying of a burst pipe. Anyway, yeah, big hole in the ground, and I saw a nice big snake come out of it. Snakes aren't harmful here, but if you're not used to seeing them, they get your heart rate going, I can promise you. I am starting to wonder what I'm going to do with the other half of the year. So if I'm not in Italy for the full year because of the visa situation, and maybe in the future I don't have to be in England for the rest of the 6 months, then what can I do with the rest of the time? Tell me about this place. This is, I love Italy. I love Italy. This is very different in an amazing way. So we'll see, eh?